welcome to Foodie Friday. My name is Keisha and this is my channel, Saving Greens Homestead. Tonight I am making for my family fettuccine with shrimp and sausage. So I hope you guys will stick around and watch this video and try this recipe for your family. So let's just get started. So I already have the water boiling for the fettuccine noodles, so I'm gonna get those put in. I'm also gonna start my flame here. I've already done all my prep work, so everything is shredded, chopped, and ready to go. My flame is on medium, and the first thing I'm gonna add are these sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm gonna add the oil and everything. So that's the first thing I'm gonna add, and then to this I'm gonna add in my sausage, onion, and sweet peppers that I cut up. So they can get started. And while that's starting, I'm gonna add my fettuccine noodles to my water. I don't know about you guys, but I like to break up my noodles. I don't like to have super long noodles. So I'm just going to break these fettuccines in half and place them in the water. I'll turn you around so you can see what I'm doing. I have already added to this pot some oil. The oil that I put in the water here before adding the noodles was just to help keep the noodles from sticking together. Okay, so I'm going to let those start to come to a boil again and start to cook. In the meantime, I'm going to work on this sauce. You guys, this dinner is not going to take a long time to make. I think it took me longer to convince myself to finally motivate myself to finally doing it. Actually starting to cook, because I was outside messing around in my garden, and there's always so much to do with everything. So I am gonna let these cook down a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so now to this I'm going to add in my chard that I chopped up, washed and chopped. And I'm just going to kind of let this wilt down. It doesn't take long for it to start wilting down. Okay, to this I'm going to start adding in my seasonings. I'm going to start with my chicken bouillon. Some Old Bay, and not a lot, because the Old Bay has some salt in it, and so does the chicken bouillon. I don't want it too salty. Some garlic powder. You guys, I love garlic, so I'm gonna add a lot of garlic powder. If my garlic was ready, that I have out in my garden right now, I will be adding that to this. Some onion powder. And that is the last of that onion powder, but I have more. Some Montreal steak seasoning. This also has some salt in it, so I'm not going to use a lot of it either. And then this is new to me, this buttery burger blend by Kinders. I saw the display that they had set up of it. And I said, well, let me just try. It sounds interesting. And you know what? It actually has a really good flavor because it has a lot of like Italian type herbs and seasonings in it. So I've already cooked chicken, seasoned some chicken with this. I've seasoned some roast with this. I've made seasoned some rice with it. And it actually has a really good flavor, so. And then if you've been watching any of my other videos, you know I gotta put a little heat to it. So I'm gonna add some cayenne. Just a little bit, nothing to burn my mouth or anything like that. So just a little bit. Just to keep it interesting, give it a kick, you know? And see that chard is already wilted down, which is great. So I'm ready to add in my cream cheese. And before I add this cream cheese, I'm going to turn off my burner with my fettuccine, because at one point I am going to be adding the fettuccine to this pot, and so I don't want it cooked all the way through yet. So I'm just chunking in this cream cheese. This is going to be the base of my sauce. And right now, since I don't have any heavy cream, which I would have used heavy cream in this recipe if I had it, the cream cheese is really important because it'll keep my sauce creamy and a little bit thicker. So I'm just using regular milk, but it's whole milk. So okay, so I'm just going to stir this in so that it will allow the cream cheese to start kind of melt down and everything. Mix. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. That looks good too. That looks really good. Okay, so next to this, I am going to add in my milk. I gotta save a little bit of that milk for my daughter for her cereal tomorrow morning, or she's gonna have a fit. So I'm gonna give this a stir. We still have some chunks of cream cheese in there that needs to break up, but that's fine as this boils and cooks and everything. It'll eventually melt the rest of the way down. So that's fine. I'm not worried about that, especially when I add the noodles in and everything gets all mixed around in there. So I am going to let this come to a boil, and then I will show you what we need to do next. I'll be back. Well, the sauce is thickening up. It's looking good. I think though I'm gonna add a little water to it, because when I put the cheese, it's gonna really thicken, and when the rest of this cream cheese finish melting down in here, it's gonna thicken. And I just want to make sure there's gonna be enough sauce for the pasta, for when I put the pasta in here, that the sauce to pasta ratio is good, you know. So I am going to add in a little hot water. If this is your first time watching one of my videos and you haven't heard anybody ever tell you this, always add boiling hot water to a hot pot. Never add cold water, because it'll just take your cooking time and raise it through the roof. Because then everything that was hot is now cooler and will have to then work to build back up, and you'll lose your boil and everything, and it'll take longer. So always add boiling hot water, or hot water if you don't have boiling hot water to a hot pot. Okay, so I am going to taste this to check my seasoning, so that way I can adjust my seasoning. Oh man. That is so good. Woo. Ooh. Okay, so the only thing I probably would add to it is a little more garlic, because like I said, I love garlic, you guys. Love garlic. And it's funny because sometimes when my husband and I are driving on the highway and there's a truck transporting a whole bunch of garlic bulbs and stuff, I can smell it, and I'm just like, oh, instantly in heaven just smelling it. I love garlic. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of this Old Bay. Now I know a lot of people use Old Bay for, you know, when they're making seafood, like seafood boils or like gumbos or anything like that, but I actually love the flavor. If you love the flavor of Old Bay and you use it for more than just seafood, you use it on other things and in other recipes, let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to hear other ways that you use it for. But yeah, I just like the flavor of it. It's good. Okay, so now I am going to turn my flame down to low, because I no longer need it to boil so much. And then I'm going to drain my fettuccine, and I'm going to grab my shrimp, and I'm going to show you what comes next. I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to add in my shrimp. The shrimp is usually the last thing you do, because shrimp doesn't take long to cook at all. You can see already the shrimp is already turning pink because the sauce is really hot, so it doesn't take long at all. And you want to make sure you don't overcook your shrimp either. You don't want rubbery, chewy shrimp, you know. So now to this I am going to add in my noodles. I'm going to try and do this without making a mess. Look at that, I didn't make a mess. I'm happy for that. So I'm gonna mix these around in here. Try and get everything incorporated and mixed in. Now if you use heavy cream in this, it would make this so much creamier and nice. Or if I had an extra cream cheese, I might have used 2 cream cheeses in this to make it a little extra creamy. I do have a little bit of heavy cream, but as I stated in one of my other videos, Mr. Saving Greens would not be happy if I used the last little bit of heavy cream to make this, and we don't have any for coffee in the morning, so I'm trying to resist, you know. So now I'm gonna give this a little bit more time to marry to each other and everything, and get it all mixed in good. And it's looking really good. That looks really good. I'm just gonna add a little bit more water because I want these noodles to cook down a little bit more, cook all the way through. It's not gonna hurt anything. When I add that cheese to this, it's still gonna be really, really good. But I just kind of want the noodles to cook down a little bit more. So, okay, I'm gonna let this come back up to a boil and cook a little bit, and I will be back. Okay, so look at this. This looks really good. So now I am going to turn off my flame, and I'm gonna add my cheese. Well, actually, first I'm gonna taste again because I did add some more water to it. I wanna taste it and make sure that the seasoning and stuff is still good. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna probably add in a little bit more of this Montreal steak because I want it to have a little bit more pepper for sure to it. And that's the reason why I like that Montreal steak seasoning, because that pepper is like cracked pepper in there. It's good. It just tastes really good. Okay. And I do feel like I need to put a little bit more chicken bouillon in this. Because a lot of the saltiness, I shouldn't say saltiness, but you know, I guess it is saltiness. It's not there since I added more water to it. So I just want to make sure that everything stays really good. And I know that'll probably be perfect. I'm going to turn this off. And then I'm going to add my cheese. I'm going to start with some parmesan. I'm going to add in my parmesan cheese. And then I'm going to add in my mozzarella cheese. It's warm in my house right now, so this cheese is already kind of melty from just sitting there. And I'm going to add all of this cheese to it. And I'm just going to incorporate that into here. Until it's all melted and smooth. And blend it in with the sauce. It's so cheesy. Oh yeah, that looks good. Look at all that cheese. Oh, that's gonna be really, really good. Look at that. Okay, you guys, so this is fettuccine with smoked sausage and shrimp. This is what I'm feeding to my family tonight. So you guys know what time it is. It is time to plate it up. I'm gonna grab a plate and we're gonna get this plate it so that I can taste it and give you my review. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna taste this for you guys and let you know what I think. I have to go for this shrimp first. I really do. It just looks so good. Mm. 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 That shrimp is good, not chewy. It's buttery, not overdone. It's really good. And some of this noodles. Mm. Mm-hmm. You guys, with that sauce, it's so good. And you see, it still came out creamy, even though I added the water and I didn't have the heavy cream, and I wasn't able to use extra cream cheese. It still came out really creamy and good. When you make this for yourself, you can add those things to it and it'll still be really, really good. Mm. Mm. Definitely a winner. Ooh. That is so good. I cannot wait to go sit down. Let me wipe my mouth off a little bit here. I cannot wait to go sit down and enjoy the rest of that plate. I wanted to show you guys this apron that my daughter sent me for Mother's Day. Isn't it pretty? I love it. And if I get stuff on it, I can just wipe it right off. But it says Saving Greens Homestead on it, and my very favorite scripture verse, John 14, 1 through 3. So thank you, baby girl, for my apron. Love it. And she also got me a teacup that says Tea Tuesday on it. Saving Greens Homestead. So anyways, you guys, I am about to go sit down and finish watching the show that I'm watching and enjoy this great meal. So thank you so much for watching this video. And you guys, I am so sorry I missed last Friday's Foodie Friday, but I am just so busy outside working in my garden, trying to get my garden going, you know, so I can show you garden to table fresh meals that I'm making for my family. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. And as always, you guys, and until next Friday, God bless.